Greetings. I am fresh from my live, and a specific theme came up that we need to talk about because it's something that I've been wanting to share with the collective for a while. And it's something that I believe that we can work in conjunction together to address, but also perhaps come up with a new way of doing this specific thing. Now, for so long, I've been noticing a very specific pattern in our collective that has been celebrated. And this particular celebration has a shadow side to it. It has a shadow side of acceptance. And this acceptance of this specific thing has been installed within our society. And it is actually problematic and insidious if we don't address it today. What I am speaking about is the lost art of criticism. Okay? So what is criticism and how do we think about criticism? Because there's many forms of criticism, but I want to speak about where criticism emerged from, where we came from, and where we are today, because it's vastly different. Now, the criticism today is very different. Criticism today has become public ridicule. It is loaded with shame and judgment and packaged with not helpful information. It's just an individual standing still, receiving so much information about why they are incorrect or why their work is incorrect, but there is never a remedy to be provided. Not only that, it is the energy in which people are criticizing a person. Most people are usually mean, they're upset, they're nasty, they're tired. They don't want to be there. They have no interest in giving you a critique. They have no interest in wanting to see you do better. But what inspires them is the ability to shoot you down, the ability to put you onto a public court and ridicule you without giving you any type of advice on how to move past your current circumstances. Criticism, this type of criticism, also live in relationships. People wonder why relationships don't grow and progress. It is because it is the energy of criticism as it currently stands. Criticism is its own prison. When you step into the prison of criticism, there is no jury. You are automatically guilty. Do you understand? So many of your favorite leaders, your favorite dancers, your favorite performers, some of your favorite managers are cultural leaders who are terrible people to be in the workplace with, who are terrible managers and terrible bosses. Why? Because they can never adjust to the varying communication style that exists on their staff. It is their way or the highway. And the way they've learned how to give criticism is through being a little mean, being a little stern. Their form of criticism is not about holding space for you. It is about getting you out of their space. And we celebrate them. Go off. You should do this. Go. We love them. We love them. And yet, they are the main perpetuators of toxic workplace culture. But let me remind you of a time that I came from. A time where criticism was a platform for personal development, spiritual growth, and evolution. Where criticism lived in the hands of the elders, lived in the hands of the council. Where criticism was a pillar of the community. You see, when someone's actions, thoughts, or inability to show up as themselves affect the larger ecosystem, it requires correction. Not criticism, it requires reflection. And so what would these elders do? They will begin creative inquiry with you. They will begin to help you understand your inaction, your terrible action from multiple ways and dimensions. They will hold you in this space to make sure you understand why that happened. You will leave with the teaching. You will receive an alchemical change. And you will understand why what you did and how you did it affected not only yourself or the community. This sacred circle, this platform was inspirational because these leaders had a stake in you. They invested into you. They loved you. They know that you could do better. Whether that was your artwork, whether that was your ability to be a better teacher, a better wife, or a better husband. These people knew that. They knew the ecosystem was fragile to criticism. Because in a village that's so small, how could anyone feel alienated? Because they understood the spiritual power of harmony. And so when they were criticizing you, you were coming of age. You were learning ethical and clean leadership. You were learning how to receive advice and wisdom from the physical realm and the spiritual realm. That's how we used to criticize, or that was the platform in which we used to hold. We held you. We made sure you understood. You left with a teaching, not with a whooping. We didn't publicly shame you. We held you in sacred circle because we know that you're greater than. We know that you are cut from the cloth of God. We know that. And so we showed that in every time we had a conversation with you, every time you thought you was going to give up, we were there to tell you that you are not going to give up. This is your mission. We didn't criticize you. We just simply loved you. And it was that simple. Somewhere along the lines, we have lost that. We've lost that connection. We lost that investment. We no longer have that. We celebrate the evils of the world. We celebrate the anger of the world. We live for the drama. We live for the mess. We live for the shame. Because we have told ourselves, the meaner you are to us, the more you like and love us. That is what we believe. The more you talk negative about me, the more you like and you love me. That's what we perceive to be reality. You have not been criticized properly. In fact, you have. This form of criticism you've received. You've been chastised. You've never been held in sacred reflection. You've never been invested in. This community of people online, in the industry, are not investing in you. They're investing in your labor. You understand? We didn't care about your labor. We knew that your mission required labor, but we care about the soul that occupied the vessel. And so we want to make sure that that was okay. And we want to make sure that we gave you the remedies for the vessel to be strong to live out the will of God. We don't do that anymore because we don't live by the word of God. Why? Because we are self-made. I made it by myself. I don't need nobody. I don't need to reach back to my community. When your community is the main one that helped you get to where you are, and you say you don't need them, I beg to differ. You have fallen away from the tree of community, and you must return. But I don't want you to return in that same energy. You are not a judge on a contestant show. You're not. You're living life with everyday people who require safety, stability, and softness about their work, about their being, about their mistakes. Your criticism is not helpful. It's harmful. And what you say to that person, you also say to yourself, because they're showing up to you in that moment as a mirror reflection. There was a time in your life where you wish someone would have just held you in love instead of tearing you down. You wish that. We have to change the way we hold each other, the way we pour into each other, the way we invest into each other. And if criticism is the word that you all want to use, you may have that. From a collective linguistics perspective, that's already been charged with all of this negative energy that I've been speaking about. I don't want that. I want sacred reflection. I want energetic investment. I want you to see from all sides, all ways, all dimensions. I don't want one remedy. I want a multitude of remedies. I want you to tell me how I can transform my mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotional body when you're having a conversation with me. Because when I'm doing this work, it requires all of that. Criticism only address one thing, the output and who you are. But sacred reflection holds it all. Because that's what God does. I hope that this message finds you and find you well. And when it finds you, may you begin to change and reflect on how you engage with criticism. And may you use it as a template to do better and move forward. And hopefully the entire industry can change as well too. I love you.